Here it is, folks. The moment we've been waiting for finally came in today. We got the Caitlin Clark Blue Velocity Prism in here. Let's take it out and let's see what we got on it. Hey there, what's happening, folks? We're here Wednesday evening. Yep, we've got it. We got the card back from PSA. This was my first submission to PSA. And I gotta be honest, the whole process I kind of liked. It was pretty sure it could be a little faster for me, and I did pay to rush it, so I couldn't imagine waiting like 3 months for this. That would have been terrible. So it's definitely worth the extra $15 to me to get it faster. Packaging is great. The whole process, they give you an option on the app, on the PSA app, to do a reveal, and you can see what you're getting. You can see your actual card and what you're getting before they send it back to you if you want. And I had to do it. So let me show you guys what I got though for it. So it comes in a nice PSA box. You got your receipt and everything. They wrap it in bubble wrap real good here. And I gotta tell you, I'll show you the back of the card first. I just love the slabs on these. Very, very good. The way they do it, nice and clean. It's just great. Let me cover up the number here. So there we go. Here's the front of the card. So the big reveal, what do you guys think? You can go ahead and stop now. Put a guess in the chat real quick to see what you think I got. Obviously, we're hoping for a 10. 10 would be great, right? So, but this card alone, before I sent it in, was around a $50 card on eBay. And so here's the big reveal. There you go, a 9. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with a 9. I gotta be honest with you. So that's just a great looking card. I love the presentation and the slab. And I just think that looks so good. I just really, really like the way that looks. So as a 9 now, sold comps for a 9 on this makes this about a $150 card, $125 card. So a 10, if this would have been graded a 10, then this would have been about a $370, $380 card on eBay. So from 9 to 10, it's a really big difference. So that's one thing I'm going to explain real quick. That like when you're grading cards, it's kind of a gamble. I mean, because it's like at the naked eye, it's like, sure, if there's like an imperfection on it, it's not going to grade well. But right out of the package, I put it in a penny sleeve, you send it in. And I don't know what sets this apart as being a 10 or a 9 instead of a 10. They didn't really tell me. So I don't really know. But obviously when you're grading cards and you're sending these things in, you're really hoping for a 10 for the value. So like if you don't, there are people that will crack these open and send them in again. But it's not worth it. It's not that valuable of a card for me to do that, so I'm not going to do that. But this one I'm hanging on to. I'm honestly going to hang on to all my Caitlin Clark rookie cards, or Caitlin Clark cards in general. And I got to thinking today, I really enjoy buying packs and ripping them and finding the Caitlin Clark cards. So, and even when the 2025 Panini Prisms come out soon, I'll be looking for a Paige Buckers rookie. I think she's going to be great in this league too. But there'll still be Caitlin Clark cards in there that are going to be worth something. And I think I'm just going to keep kind of trying to find them, collecting them, and just hanging on to them. Obviously, I'm not going to spend a boatload of money on grading them unless they're like a really good card. I did send in, if you guys know, I did send in a silver prism Caitlin Clark rookie. And that one, if that comes back as a 10, as it is now, it's a $500 card. Just not graded, in great condition on eBay, $500. So that's a great card. If it comes back as a 10, they sell for $2,500. That's a lot to me. I think that's freaking great. So my next one here, and I'll show you guys when I get it, I'm really hoping for a 10. So if it's not a 10, if it comes back a 9 again, it's probably going to cut that value in half. It might be like a $1,000 card. So we'll see. But that's pretty cool. All right, so this is what I got going out today, guys. We're going to pull some orders real quick. And I have 3 orders going on eBay. Sales have been slow. I think the summer slowdown is kind of starting to kick in. I'm going to have to put a sale on my store, see if that'll kind of help, kind of boost some sales. And of course, the sales on Depop are not coming in right now either because I had to make a new account because of that whole debacle. So I've got a total of $25 in sales tonight, which is not very much, but my cost of goods into these items are about $4 or so. So first item going out in tote H was a marine polo, and this one, it was just a nice polo, and I really didn't think I was going to get much for it, but I remember getting it for like $1, so I figure what the heck, we'll try it. So it's just a Marine Corps polo. The brand is Antigua, kind of a nice brand, but this sold for $8 plus shipping. Then I've had this polo for a long time, and I don't know why it hasn't sold. I sold it for so cheap. Finally, somebody bought it. I've had this for probably 3 years. I mean, it's a nice polo. I guess it's the colors, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe the way the colors. It's called the boyfriend polo. But it's Ralph Lauren striped polo. I got this at Goodwill a long time ago. Probably got it for a couple bucks. This sold for $7 plus shipping. And I sold a pair of shorts. I just said the other day that whenever I get returns and I relist them, I tend to resell them again quickly. And this is exactly what happened. These were a pair of shorts. Yeah, they're right here on top. That were bought and then returned. And I sold them again. I think that's just weird. That happens all the time. We gotta have some Express women's shorts. I got these at Goodwill for about $1. These sold for $10 plus shipping. Ooh, boy. A little warm today, folks. A little warm inside the storage unit today. I called and left a message with this place yesterday. There we go. 92 degrees in here. And it's only 84 degrees outside. They said this is not supposed to get any warmer than 80 degrees in the storage unit. So I left a message. They were supposed to call me back today. They did not. So I'll have to call them again tomorrow because I'm basically going to tell them I'm not going to pay for unit if I'm paying for a climate-controlled unit. If you tell me it should not get any more than 80 degrees, then that's what it should be. Am I right? I mean, I should be getting what I'm paying for here. I'm paying with insurance. I'll just go ahead and tell you guys what I'm paying for this. With insurance, I'm paying $144 a month to store all this stuff, which is not too bad. And I like the location. I like the security. I like everything about it. And they say it's climate controlled, but if it's not going to be climate controlled, I'm going to find somewhere else that's better because I'm not going to be, it's not even the hottest part of the year yet. And it's already going to be freaking 90 degrees in here every time. And I got a little fan going. It's not terrible. It's just kind of principle at this point. Anyway, let's get into it, guys. But guess what? I got some more news for you. I was suspended from Poshmark today, or maybe it was yesterday. So I'm not banned from Poshmark, but I'm suspended. So that's like 2 platforms now that I'm like kicked off for. They said that I cannot list for 7 days. I'm not going to get into the whole big thing of it. Poshmark has this new policy basically where you can't list things and then delist them or delist a lot of items at once. And the reason why they're doing it, like on eBay, you can delist stuff and then you relist it right away and it kind of bumps it up the algorithm, helps it sell faster as like a new item. I guess Poshmark is trying to frown on that. I don't really know the whole story about it and I'm not going to get into it, but I'm just like, whatever. I hardly ever sell anything on Poshmark anyway, and actually I have a sell on Poshmark today. So I'm like, so I can't list for 7 days, big deal. I'll start backing up my listings and I'll list them all, a week from now. So I don't really care. So whatever. I just thought that was funny. The other thing I'm going to do is I remembered that I had a bunch of these off Facebook a while back. I bought a bunch of football cards, and here's a whole bunch. This is the Indianapolis Colts. Like those are remakes, but I've got there's Peyton Manning. Yeah, like a bunch of Peyton Manning cards in here. Let's see here. Daniel Thompson. I know there was, Marvin Harrison. So, there's a whole bunch of Indianapolis Colts. So I got a binder full of those. I got a binder full of the old St. Louis Cardinals football cards. And I got a binder full of San Francisco 49ers, which these have, I got a bunch of Joe Montanas in here. There's Jerry Rice. There is Steve Young's. So there's some Joe Montanas right there. There you go. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. So here's what I'm going to do. I paid on Facebook Marketplace like 20 bucks for these. Some guy was selling a bunch. I think his dad had a whole bunch of them. Oh, I have some basketball ones too. I looked through it. There's like no Jordans or anything. There are some Scotty Pippens, a couple of David Robinson. What's his name? Oh gosh, the crazy center the Bulls had. Why can I not? Dennis Rodman, Scotty Pippens, Shaquille O'Neal. So there's some Yao Ming. I don't know. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take some pictures of these, and I never do auctions. I never do them. I'm going to do some auctions with these because I just want to see what happens. There's a good chance I might lose some money on them. I think I'm going to do a reserve of like 15 or 20 bucks just to be safe. And if I only make my money back on them, I'm fine, because I don't know what to do with these. And I'm not going to research every single card. I did look up a couple of cards, and they're like $2 or $3 a piece, and it's not worth my time to sell all those, really. I'm just not going to deal with it. So there you go. All right, let's get into it here, guys. So we're going to pull some orders. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 orders going out today. Total sales of $78. So we're kind of getting back on track. A little bit higher amount of sales, a little bit higher amount of sales. Well, I just said that twice. A little bit higher amount of items going out, a little bit higher amount of sales. And my cost of goods into these items is like less than $5. So chef's kiss, right? All right. So let's get started. Poshmark sale out of F. I just listed these the other day, and I had a good feeling they were going to sell. Clothing brand Express has been doing pretty good for me. I've been selling the pants and the shorts. Women's clothing, obviously. Again, I tapped into a niche that I would not think I would be getting into, is women's clothing, but it's working. So we got some Express. These are like casual work kind of slacks. They're nice material, but they're like stretchy, almost like leggings. I saw them in a thrift. I'm like, oh yeah, these are going to sell. And they did. They sold quick. Got these for a little over $1 at Goodwill. They sold for $14 plus shipping. All right, let's go to eBay items now. First item was one of those action figures. I love when I just look at the location, I forget immediately. These action figures that I just sold, or just picked up, might have been last weekend. I got this for $25 at a yard sale. Had no idea who he was, but he looked cool. This is actually from Monster Jam, like Hot Wheels Monster Jam. That's like the Gravedigger guy. If you know Gravedigger Monster Truck, I guess this is the Gravedigger guy. So I got this for $25 at a yard sale. This sold for $10 plus shipping. We got a Life is Good t-shirt out of You. This one I picked up from Goodwill, but it had like a weird stain on it. So I had to sell it cheap. Because I am kind of rushing a little bit when I'm in Goodwill. Like, I don't have time to like look over every single... Well, I guess I do have time. I just don't want to take the time to do it. So this is a Life is Good baseball t-shirt. And got this for right around $1 at Goodwill. Had some weird kind of scrunch stain on it. I listed it as that. It was sold for $6 plus shipping. Then we got an Under Armour item out of W. This didn't take too long to sell. So Under Armour's been doing good for me. A lot of times when I'm going through and I'm only buying stuff that's on sale again, but like sometimes you can just feel it and you know it's good quality. And this is that. This is like that dry fit, loose material Under Armour. And it was in really good shape, and I knew it was going to sell fast. Picked this up for a little over $1 at Goodwill. It sold for $10 plus shipping. The last item is a pretty cool one. This is from my buddy's collection, toy collection. Let's get that. Yeah. So like I mentioned, this is from my buddy's toy collection. This is the old, like from the 80s, Ghostbusters Ecto Cruiser, I think is what it's called, the Ecto 1. Has the chair that comes out and a claw thing, you know, or whatever. It has all that. And I had a little ghost thing with it. And it also had the cardboard backing to it and the manual. So that is pretty cool, right? I really thought this would go for more, and I had it listed for close to 100 for a while. Dropped the price. It's missing some pieces. Like the chair sits up here, but it is missing some other pieces, and the door is kind of like inverted. So it's not in the best shape, but I took an offer for it today for $38 plus shipping. Okay guys, that's all I have for you today. I really appreciate you coming by the channel and checking things out. If you ever have any comments, questions, concerns, that kind of thing, you can ask me and I will answer them in a video. I'm going to get this stuff packed up. I got some stuff I want to get done at home as well, so I want to go on and get out of here because now we're at 93 degrees in here, so want to get going on this. But thanks again, guys. I really appreciate you coming by the channel. So if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. That really does help me out. I'm like 10 subscribers away from 500. And I would really love to get to that 500 mark. Share it with your friends or family or whatever. Kind of help me out. I would appreciate that. Once we get to 500, I'm going to do some type of giveaway. And we'll figure that out when we get there. But thanks, guys. I appreciate it. We'll see you next time.